Hello and welcome. This video is about the cell cycle. The cell cycle is a repeating series of events that occurs as a cell grows and divides. The cell cycle happens each and every day, and it's very important cycle that all cells need to go through. Without the cell cycle, human beings would not be able to stay alive. So if you have any questions regarding the cell cycle, we are sure that this video will be very helpful in answering your questions. So let's stop wasting time and get started. Interphase, mitosis, and cytokinesis are the three phases in the cell cycle. Interphase divides into three parts: growth stage 1, which is G1, synthesis stage, which is S, and growth stage 2, which is G2. During the first growth stage of interphase, the cell carries out its normal functions, which include growing. During the synthesis stage of interphase, the cell replicates its DNA and prepares itself for cell division. During the second growth stage, the cell prepares the nucleus for division, and it makes sure the cell is ready to continue to the next major stage, which is mitosis. If the cell is not ready for mitosis, or the cell division process, the replicated DNA gets destroyed so that it does not make a bad cell or ends up continuing to make bad cells after that. Mitosis is a particular phase of the cell cycle that involves the distribution of chromosomes. When cells divide by mitosis, two generally identical cells called daughter cells get created by their own original parent cells. In mitosis, there are four stages that sub-stages that are in the cell that they go through. 1. Prophase, 2. Metaphase, 3. Anaphase, and 4. Telophase. A good way to remember the order of the cell sub-stages is to think of the acronym PMAC.
The first substage in mitosis is prophase. Prophase is when the chromatin tightens or condenses into chromosomes. Chromatin is a relaxed form of DNA in a cell's nucleus. Chromosomes are a complex arrangement of proteins and DNA. Each chromosome is shaped like an X. Each half of the X structure is called a sister chromatid, and the sister chromatid is held together by a centromere. A centromere is the region joining the two sister chromatids that make up an X-shaped chromosome. The spindle fiber is then attached to each sister chromatid on opposite sides of the further preparation of cell division. The last step to prophase is when the nuclear membrane begins to disintegrate.
The second substage in mitosis is metaphase. Out of all the stages, metaphase is the shortest phase. Metaphase is when the sister chromatin line up in the center of the cell. When they line up, it ensures that the chromosomes are copied into each daughter cell correctly. The third substage of mitosis is anaphase. During anaphase, the spindle fibers pull up on the centromere of each sister chromatin. By pulling the centromere, it causes the sister chromatin to spread apart into two identical chromosomes. When this happens, all of the sister chromatins are spread apart at the same exact time. At the end of the anaphase, new single chromosomes are pulled to the opposite side of the cell. The last substage in mitosis is telophase. During telophase, the chromosomes are at the opposite side of the cell. After that, the chromosomes start to relax and change back into chromatin. The two new membranes form around the chromosomes and the spindle fibers disappear. After that, the duplication chromosomes have been divided and into new nuclei have been formed. At the end of telophase, mitosis comes to an end. But that is not the end of the cell cycle. The final stage that needs to be completed is cytokinesis.
Cytokinesis is when the cytoplasm is divided and the daughter cell is separated into two new cells. The daughter cell then enters interphase and continues its normal activities. In animal cells, division of the cytoplasm begins at the cell membrane. Then the cell membrane pinches inwards and divides the cell in two, creating two equal cells. In plant cells, a cell plate forms in the middle of the cell. A cell plate is a structure that forms in plant cells during cytokinesis. The cell plate then contains the materials for the new cell wall membranes, and the new cell walls that separate into two new cells. Then the new cell wall replaces the cell plate. To summarize, there are three major phases in the cell cycle, which are interphase, mitosis, and cytokinesis. Interphase has three parts: growth 1, which controls cell growth and normal functions; synthesis, which replicates the DNA; and growth 2, which is when the cell prepares for mitosis. Mitosis is divided up into prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Cytokinesis is when the cell separates into two new cells. The end. Thanks for watching.